Good evening, everyone. Happy May. Coming up to you guys with a pretty good timely vlog update just because I just before this video I checked the last one. It was April 20th, so it's about a week and a half, two weeks. So I'm pleased that I'm coming back at you guys so soon just because I have the time. So I've got a lot of really good news that I'm really pleased to share about. Beginning with last weekend, I had a phenomenal time last weekend on my trip that I was talked about in the last video. We went to a town called I'm going to botch the name Paturu. It's I think it's like Putaru, so Paturu. But apparently like one Ru is not in there, so Paturu. About 3 hours southeast of Auckland. I went with myself, obviously, my friend Ellie, who is a post grad from the UK, and then I went with Sarah. She's a third year at the University of Washington, as well as Tat. Andrew Tat, but he goes by Tat, like TAT. So Tat's also from UW. So four of us, and it's a really good group. So we left Friday around like 2 o'clock. We hit some traffic going out of Auckland, but then once we got onto the into the countryside, we just kept going. We got to and then we were going to Ellie's grandmother, who her family and friends, they own quite a bit of land, farmland up in Peru. So we were gonna stay there. So we unfortunately left a bit too late, and then didn't get there in time and enough time to set up the tent that we had that we were gonna use for the weekend. So we ended up just sleeping at uh, let's see, like her her aunt's house. So we got all settled in. I was excited to be there. And then we spent Friday night just having dinner with the family. Unfortunately, I fell asleep. Ellie's grandmother made delicious lamb stew. I was in a big comfy chair. It's been a long day, and before I knew it, I was just out cold. And so I missed tea time. Unfortunately, I really did. They had scones and other delicious edibles, tea edibles, not like that, not like the edibles I tried in Amsterdam, legally of course. So then spent Friday night just chilling inside, resting up because Saturday was our first outdoorsy day. So we got up, got the tent. We went and set up the tent, which was pretty fun. Just because it was a 10-person tent. It could hold 10 people, but only four of us went there. So we had lots of room. So we had like our own room for like our own changing room. We had our own like luggage room. It felt like a mini tent hotel. So once we got that set up, we then embarked on about an hour hike um, on Ellie's farm property. Just because it was really cool that I didn't know is we were along a river, and this wasn't no ordinary river. It was a quite special and blue river, just because as we got to the source of the river, there's like a natural spring bubbler, like a spring reserve that actually accounts for a pretty high percentage of New Zealand's water. So like I want to say over a majority of Auckland's water comes from right then and there. So I'll include a photo of that. So I was like, whoa, really? Because like, man, the water was just the highest, one of the like higher shades and like brighter shades of blue I've ever seen. Water was nice. So I got to tell her because like she would tell me that like in their summers here, like you can swim in it. It's just like the clearest water. You can drink right from it. It's just like wow. So I had a very beautiful and relaxing and peaceful and tranquil words. About an hour or so hike, and then got back around like maybe 3 or 4, and then we went to one of the farmland owners. I want to say a friend of Ellie's family. And then we went and fed. We didn't milk because I had already milked about a few months ago, which is quite the experience. But would have if it had been milking, I probably would have passed. But so we ended up feeding baby calves. Adorable. They moo constantly. They're cute little moos. And then there's different colors, and they're all like really friendly. Like they'll like lick your hand. They'll like do the I don't know. They do like the head against you. So we had that, and then so we fed the calves, and then in fact, one of them was actually born that day. So like we saw it like kind of like whoa, what's walking? kind of thing. And so I played with, I want to say him or her. I'm not sure about how they tell gender. There's a way for that. And then following cap eating, we went back to Ellie's grandmother's place where we made a barbecue dinner. Delicious. We had sausage, sweet fried potatoes. I think that was it. But so man, I just let in because I was willing. So especially meat, like barbecued meat is like one of my favorite things to eat. So had a great dinner, and then we went out to a bonfire that they had been burning all weekend to get some stuff. So we had s'mores, like marshmallows, dark chocolate, and like not exactly graham crackers, but like a close substitute or variant of. So delicious. So it was great to have s'mores. That definitely feels like home marshmallows back in California. Then following bonfire, we went back to the tent. Maybe it's like 9 or 10 now. And then once back at the tent, we got all settled in. And it started out fine with like warmth and like comfort, but then I woke around like I want to say like 4, freezing. I felt my nose and I was like, oh man, it was just like it was not numb, but it was like definitely chill. Like, and then after that, like everything just turned from like warm and fuzzy bed to like you're on the cold hard ground kind of feeling. So like the ground became uncomfortable. I actually ended up like bruising my hip a bit. I realized that when I got back to my bed the next night, and it's like when I went on one side, I was freezing, I was cold, shivering. I was like doing the like the not. I was like on a ball just trying to stay warm. So um, didn't really fall back asleep until we got up. I want to say like 8 or 9. No, it's been it's 8 o'clock because Sunday was probably the best day, best for last, just because we had on Sunday 2 events that I was really looking forward to. The first one we went to was whitewater rafting, amazing. Ellie had already been a few times, and I think it's her fourth time. But she said like each time she goes, there's it's a whole new experience, and like it's never the same. So we got our safety instructions, got all our gear on, like helmet, life jackets, fleece, wetsuits, water shoes, and like so I felt like geared up to the max. Then we drove down to the river, different river, don't know which one, and then went to the water. It was so much fun to whitewater raft because I had back in my childhood, my mother every summer or so for a while we would go to Lake Tahoe in the Sierra Nevada region of on the border of California and Nevada. Um, and then we would always like raft. It was yeah, I'd say white rafting not as extreme as this one because we had to wear helmets and stuff like that. But it felt like it had been a while, maybe like at least 7, 8, 9 years since I had last whitewater rafted. So I loved it. So we had different forms of rapids. I got wet a few times, and then there's a really cool part. Um, excuse me. But before that, the really cool part was Tat. Tat is an amazing guy with photography. He's a professional photographer for UW's school newspaper. So he photographs all the sports. On his website, he's been to like Super Bowl games. It's just like this guy like just takes some phenomenal photos, and I have good faith in Tad that he's gonna go places with photography because just the way he goes about it is just it's very nice to look at. So he actually had it on attached to his helmet. He had a GoPro attached to his head the entire time. So he got the entire thing recorded. So don't want to pressure him, but like when he, when he does post a video, probably be like a time lapse, kind of like condensed with background music. It's cool, awesome because the part that I most loved was maybe like 2/3 of the way in, we got to a rapid in which there were no rocks. It was just pure water rapid. So we had the ability to hop out the boat and like freely float down the river. So man, chilling, but what experience? Because like there we were like all the way back, legs in front of us up that we stay afloat and like kind of like steer with our legs. I mean, it must have been like a few 30 yards, probably about 30, 40 yards. It was just fun coasting. Like you go, whoa, and like sometimes like twice I got smashed, like not smashed, but I got like drenched in the face by like water. So like try to like spit it out, keep breathing. And then like so Tat was there with me. So like there's definitely gonna be cool footage of me. There's definitely gonna be cool footage of me getting like in the water with the way with the surrounding nature. So it was a really cool little short video that I hope to get from him, and that was probably really cool. Just to, like actually be in the water, floating down at high speed, full of excitement and like adrenaline. It was really cool. And then got back in the boat, freezing, but then thankfully the sun came out after that and got warmed up, and then we finished the river, and then went back to the site of the company, had lunch, and then after lunch we drove to Rotorua about maybe 40 minutes an hour from where we were in Paturu, where we went zorbing, which is I guess a thing in New Zealand here, where it's well not nothing here, but it's pretty popular here, in which it's like kind of like those like giant hamster balls, but like plastic or like soft and inflatable. Um, so it was a two-part giant inflatable. It was the outer part was like ginormous, and then there's like you in the smaller one inside. One hand. Oh, there we go. One hand. So I was in the smaller hole, of course, and then like it's full of like hot water, not warm water. That way you didn't like burn yourself on the plastic like rubber. And then I went down a zigzag course, so I went. I'm just getting tossed around. At one point, I'm pretty sure I was going like straight in a circle. So like I must have been like a hamster caught in a wheel. Like I was just floating up and down. It was so fun. And then I ended up getting out of that T-shirt just because I wanted to have the Zorban T-shirt as a souvenir. So that was really cool. So man, Sunday was an action-packed day. I couldn't believe it. Like it was just like two things I wasn't thinking about doing in New Zealand. I just ended up doing it. I loved both of them, and especially the people I was with. It was really cool. So after zorbing, we went back. Yeah, we went back to Ellie's grandma's place where we had a early dinner, barbecue again. So we finished off our sausages, had some chips, and man, her grandma's place was beautiful. Like the backyard was just like over a valley kind of thing, like an open valley. Phenomenal views, just like so peaceful, and like I could definitely see myself kind of like that kind of home. Like definitely appeals to me, and like um, kind of rural, probably a bit too rural for me, but just that backyard, that at home, I could definitely visit there again. um, so we finished up, and then we started driving back, maybe around like 5 or 6. Got back to Auckland around 8 or 9, and we ended up getting pizza, where we had like the most confusing pizza order we've ever had. So we're on the outskirts of the city, and we're like, all right, let's get pizza. Like hell yeah, like it sounds delicious. Stuff like Domino's, stuffed crust pizza, Hawaiian. I'm there. So I call, and I the man I just it was the most quietest phone call I've ever had. I could barely understand him, and we were both trying to like get the order right. So we ended up getting we thought we got the order right. We're like, all right, whatever, we'll within 5 minutes. So we go in, and then we check the order, and then we're like, wait a minute, it was $60 for only 4 pizzas, and like usually they're like 5 to 8. We're like, how the? So like we did the math real quick on the board. So like we came, like mine was like 11, Sarah's was like 5, no, yeah, 5, and that was just like 10. So that's like only like $25 for like, how the hell did Tad order like a $35 pizza? Like, what the hell did you get on that kind of thing? So then we brought it up, and they're like, oh, we got overcharged. We're like, okay. So then, except it's at this point we had already paid. So I paid for mine and Ellie's because I paid it. I bought Ellie's just because she had driven, and it was such a nice trooper over the weekend. She had like she was the one who organized this. Had arranged us to stay, arranged the tent, arranged the whitewater rafting. So I was like, you know what, Ellie, you deserve this from me. No, not a problem at all. Just it's a good thing to do. So I paid for hers, mine. So I paid for mine and Ellie's, and then Sarah paid for hers, and she got a rebate. And then after Sarah paid third in line, like they're like, okay, you're good. We're like, okay. At that point, we were so confused. We just took it and left, and like we didn't get charged for attached pizzas. So I mean, like. We just like, because like Ellie was in the car, we're like, me and Sarah attacking about, we're like, we don't know what just happened, but we got money back and we got one pizza free, so let's go home. And then got home on Sunday night, unpacked, felt so nice to shower because I hadn't showered in like 3 days. Felt great to shower. And then what's nice was we didn't have school Monday, so that was probably such a nice treat to have, to know that, like, because I was like, oh man, if I didn't have that Monday off, I would have been a rough start to the week. So definitely got a good night's rest that night, and then had got back to school last week, and then went good. It felt nice to be back. The best news from school was I got back the results of both of my midterms I took, one for my politics class and one for my history class. Firstly, I'm pretty pleased I got an A minus in the politics midterm. I was very pleased about that. And then on top of that, I got a B plus in the history one. So I'm like, you know what? That's where I want to be. I'm pleased with that. So that felt nice to come back to good grades and good rewards to start my right for the latter half of the semester. And then also on top of good news for school wise was I am so pleased to announce that I tried out and I made the school volleyball team because we have in May a competition actually in Auckland, May 22nd. Sorry, it's on my calendar. May 22nd in Auckland. So there's a lot of reasons why this is important to me. So breaking it down with number one, back in maybe January of last year, so definitely a year and a half ago, I I could see like that my plans to go abroad were like actually gonna happen. They could happen. Like I was getting things lined up. I was like, man, one of the things I would love to do would be like to try out a to try out for like my school's like sports team because like I was like, you know what? I knew I was going to England and I was in Argentina, so I'm like I started to get back into soccer, football, and then volleyball. Kind of like I put that not in the back burner, but I put it secondary just because I wanted to try something new, to time abroad. So um, didn't play in Argentina. Got to fall in got to England in the fall. Tried out for my school's team. Didn't get in unfortunately. So I was like discouraged just because like they had like 8 teams and like I didn't make any of them. But it's okay because like I wasn't that good. I had a horrible performance on that day. And there were some really good players from like top to bottom. Like even like the lower tier players would be in like my book, like top tier players here, like not here, but like top tier players in my book. So I was like, so I tried at least, and then got to here, and in March I tried out for the soccer club here. Didn't make it again. I thought I did better. I thought I had a chance, so I was like, shoot. So then it was like, sweet, because then like unfortunately I made the dumb decision of at the airport back in February. I my bag was like 2 pounds over the limit, so I was like, all right, I got a choice. I was with my dad's like, I got a choice. I gotta take and I was like deciding like what to take out. So like, all right, sports. I got to choose here because I brought my volleyball shoes. And I also brought my soccer gear. I was like, you know what? For a reason, I was like, I don't want to do volleyball here, so I ended up going with the soccer cleats, and I was like, because then that really bit me. So I was like, because damn it, I was like, I did make the soccer team, and now I have a great chance to make the volleyball team. I really like it here. It turns out like my passion for volleyball hasn't reignited. I was like, dang it. So like, I ended up getting some new shoes over the break just because I needed some because the ones back home were like they're a few years old, and it's like, you know what, I might as well get some new ones. So got some new ones, got a whole new confidence, and just went on started playing well. Um, started playing well in the intramural, started playing well in the volleyball socials, did very well in the tryouts. And I started distinguish slash establish myself as like a good volleyball player. So found the news last week, no, this week actually that I made it. And I was like, oh, what a relief because like what an honor I think because because for one I can now call myself an international athlete. Secondly, I can also call myself a collegiate student athlete. So I'm like, I guess I'm pretty cool. Titles in my book now for sports. I can say I played volleyball at a high level internationally. Um, so we got the tournament in May, which I'm excited for. Um, just because like I said, it had always been a dream of mine to like play sports abroad, and this is my chance. It came, I took it, and I couldn't be happier for what's in store. And then on top of all of this, I'm happy about the tournament that we're competing against other North Island teams. Is that it's actually in Auckland, so some of my new uh, closest friends can now come for me, and that just means like the world to me. So like I couldn't be more thrilled about that. So that's what's pretty cool coming up for socially. No, sorry, for school sports this month. And then on top of this month, it's now Saturday around like 8:35 as I record this, but I've got the next 3 weekends booked that I can be more excited for. Starting with, sorry, starting with next Saturday, week from today. A few friends, maybe like 4 or 5 of us, we're going to Peacock Beach, which is where I first went about a month ago to take my things for surfing, my lessons for surfing, my surfing lessons. Sometimes, my surfing lessons. We had a lot of fun. I love the beach. It's a beautiful black sand beach. They have, and like did not even get the full taste experience of Piha, but it has to offer because like there's a beautiful waterfall hike that we need to go on. So it was fun about that, but could not be more excited to go back to next Saturday just because I have a flyer from them that I got. So if any of them want to book lessons again, I am down. Probably that might not happen just because we might want to focus on something else, as well as it might take too long. So we're definitely gonna do the waterfall hike. So I'm so excited for that. And then the following Saturday, I've got my final outdoor series thing that I signed up for back in February. It's the high ropes course. So I don't know the exact details because I haven't got the email yet, but I do know it's like high ropes. So we'll be up in the tree somewhere. I'll be harnessed in, and I'll be like Tarzan, to put it the least. And then the following Friday, at about 2 weeks from now, no, in about 20 days from today is the volleyball tournament. So I've got 20 days to prepare the team, so I'm excited about that. So that's Friday, and then Saturday is the Auckland Uni ball that I got this week tickets for. Um, I waited in line for 3 hours on Tuesday, missed 2 classes, endured the rain and damn wind just to get tickets, and like I'm glad I did because they sold out first day. So I'm happy about that. I'm going with some great friends. Um, about 8 of us, maybe eight to 10 of us in a group. So I could not be more excited for that to finish out the night. Cause especially if the day prior we come out victorious in the volleyball tournament, I'll be in a good mood. I'll be in a very good mood. So got a really jam-packed month here, and then as well as I've got a really jam-packed month back home, back in Santa Cruz, especially just because in the last video I talked about how I had been asked to run for a rep position back at my college, and turns out I had, with great help of namely Veronica, Child, Taylor, Vanessa, those 4 plus Dylan, right now in DC, those 5 plus tons of others helped me get my all my documents in, and they helped me do campaign stuff, as well as Tat took for me some campaign photos. So I couldn't be more excited about that, just because I got confirmed as a candidate. And then today, well, technically today, but yesterday, it was May 1st back in Santa Cruz time, technically began campaigning. So I had everything ready, so I changed all my stuff, and it's been well received so far. I've gotten a few friends that changed their stuff to support me. I've also got, what's really nice, excited for, I've got 2 really good friends from my first year that I met. They're both running for probably the top. So it goes like chair is the president of the student union, and then there's the internal vice chair, and then there's the external vice chair. I've got at the top my great buddy Shub. He's running. I don't want to talk anymore or endorse anything like that. That'll do later once I get everything sorted out with other people. And then I've got for the external vice chair, I've got my friend Gandhi, also loving to death. He's running as well. So if those 2 win, fantastic. I just want the best candidate to win. And then for me, because I think I'm fairly certain I'll be living with Shub next year in his house, not his house, but the house he's in. And it was the house that I was at this year in January when I went and visited. So I love the house. So I love the guys there. So I'll be like, damn, it's gonna be an important house if I if I have a chair in my house just there casually. So I've got that. So I got confirmed, and the gates are open. So I'm off and running. So I will hopefully have good results. And I wish everyone the best and whatnot. And then on top of that, I got asked this week, the night before the deadline, I got asked by Veronica, my campaign manager, Santa Cruz, to run for VP of Finance in the College 10 Senate. So I did that one night, submitted the forms. I scanned them over to her, and then she submitted them. So I don't know if I'm running unopposed. If I'm not, I just I'm now the VP of Finance, which is basically just treasurer. So I'm really excited about that just because for both, in fact, just because when I left for all my travels, I knew that like I was gonna like have to pay the cost of like missing out on something. So like for instance, I can't this summer intern because I don't get back till like late July. By then, it's like middle of summer is already gone. I'll be far too tired and I'll be far too missing home. That's want to work. I just want to do nothing but prepare and relax and prepare for returning in the fall. So I really wasn't counting on being asked to do either position, anything like that. So the fact that I've now been asked, I've got great support, great allies. It's just like it's really just touching and like kind of like heartwarming to know that like people still care about me, and things like that. So I've got that. So I got those two positions. So hopefully I win both. That's because I believe I got a strong candidacy for both. Um, and we'll just wait and see. But that is about it for everything here. This week I just got to do assignment for music and then other things. So overall really good. My health is really good. Oh, that's what my health. I actually since my last video I have made an announcement on my Instagram that I, after about 2 or so weeks so my mom got here in over break, and it was great. And she really she of course cooks well. She's very smart about food and nutrition. So she helped me steer in my direction towards a more healthy diet. And then we also saw a documentary about the problems about the high sugar intake, and that really just kind of like set me over. That was like the final push. So about so I had been staying away from like junk food, everything with sugar, and going to better, more healthy food. And then about a week ago, I like, made it official. So I'm now like 2.5, 3 weeks in, and I couldn't be happy with the results. I have completely cut out soda, junk food, anything like that. My meals consist of meats, dairy, uh, uh, grains, the whole food charity thingy. So, and I just feel like better. I have not been sick in 7 weeks, which is for me is just absolutely mind blowing because I suffered from June until December a recurring toe infection that just that completely like killed the second half of my trip my time in Argentina. I was deathly ill and couldn't really do a whole lot. And then in London, I had it just come back, go away. I treat it, and then finally had surgery in November, but then it came back, and then finally in December it just went away after like a super strong dose of antibiotics. So the fact that I'm now like 7 weeks into being healthy, um, it's just great to be because I just feel like I feel more active. I'm working out now. I'm going to run today. I'm doing volleyball. And I give a lot of credit to my change of diet just because I eat healthier, I feel healthier, and like definitely a contributing factor to my poor illness in the fall and summer was just my diet. Like it was just I can't believe that. Like of course, like as I explained, like I have very high metabolism and a very skinny frame overall. So that allowed me to eat whatever I pleased without showing it externally, but internally I could have been worse. Like I was probably on the track to like my mouth was suffering. I was getting cavities. I would get stomach aches a lot. I'd be sick. I would um, sometimes not ready to eat. Of course, I go through the sugar highs and lows. So like right now, I'm on the road to a full healthy diet. It just feels great. And I plan on keep doing it. Like I'm actually pretty surprised at myself like how well been able to fight the urge. And it's been great to like actually try new foods, prepare different foods in different ways, and I've just fallen in love with like a lot of new foods. So that's a really good life moment I had. Just, I didn't like the way I was eating my life, so I changed it. It felt great to be like my. Of course, I had like great support from my friends back home and my mom especially. But it felt nice to know, like, you know what? If I want to do it, it's only me. It all falls on me. So I did the change, and uh, I'm happy I did. So thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great May. I'm excited for my May. Hope you are too. And I'll see you all next time. See ya.